counting down to first pitch in Miami tonight. Interleague Baseball comes your way next. Couldn't ask for a better night for baseball than the one we've got here in Miami, as MLB The Show welcomes you to another edition of Major League Baseball. Interleague Baseball on tap here tonight, as it'll be the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim taking on the Florida Marlins. And hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian here to bring you all the action. Joining me in the booth are Dave Campbell and Eric Karros. Dave, let's turn to you. What leaps out at you first when you look at this matchup?
Well, Matt, this is the kind of game that could come down to who can outmanage the other guy. Obviously, games are won or lost on the field, but properly managing your players has a tangible effect on the outcome of any matchup.
All right, Dave, thank you. We'll hear from Eric momentarily, but before we do, let's check the starting lineup for the visiting Angels, brought to us by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They'll square off against a young pitcher who already has a no-hitter to his credit, right-hander Anibal Sanchez. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Eric Ibar makes his way to the plate now as we're just about set for baseball this evening. Foul tip at the plate, and ooh, that came straight back off the mask of the catcher, Baker. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw just in time as they get him by an eyelash. Our umpires for tonight's contest: behind the plate, the veteran Wally Hughes, Charlie Sawyer, the crew chiefs, over at first, Doc Bryant is at second, and Mike Marquez is over at third. So one gone in the inning now for Torrey Hunter. Too low with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. Temperature here at game time, a comfortable 75 degrees tonight. And here's a fastball in for strike one. 91 miles an hour that time.
Yeah, not a lot he can do with that fastball.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Ball 2.
And if you throw enough fastballs in succession, guys are going to time it, so be careful.
Grounded, foul. Swing and a ball bounced back up the middle. A diving effort there by Ramirez, but he can't quite get there. It's a base hit.
And have a look. The catcher sets the target down around the knees, but this is a good low ball hitter, and he gets good wood on this one.
Henry Morales will stride in now. Back in the lineup after being limited to pinch hit duties in yesterday's ball game. Starts him out with a fastball too low for ball one. Now a throw over to first, and he'll get back in safely. And there goes Hunter. A pitch out. The throw. And even a pitch out can't do the trick. He's in there at second.
Just your classic single and a stolen base. Now with one out in the first, another base hit here could put that first run on the board.
Now the 2-0. Spins and pulls this one down the line at first. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Only play will be to the pitcher covering, and the runner will advance to third now.
Yeah, he could have given up on this one, but he regrouped and got his man anyway.
Lance Berkman will get his first chance at it now. Didn't factor much into the win yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the ball game. Now here's the first pitch. Now he turns on one and rips it down the line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. And there's ball one. And this one runs a little too far in, ball two.
And now on the mound, you lose the advantage of strike one by missing with 2 straight.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he goes with the pitch nicely there as this is lifted high and deep the other way to left. And out of here! A 2-run shot here for Lance Berkman. 12 home runs for him now thus far. And the Angels are now out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, Matt, you'll get a look at this one more time. This pitch was just served up on a platter, and he absolutely devoured it.
Bobby Abreu will get his first shot at it here. First pitch coming now from Sanchez. And this misses outside and a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Called strike at the knees, 1-1.
He had him out in front, but he couldn't pull the trigger.
Sanchez readying the 1-1. 1-2. Now a swing as he shoots this one over to first. And he'll step on first for the out. The side is retired. But the Angels get two, both on this two-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up, and the Angels are out on top now, 2-0. Now the starting lineup for the Marlins is put together by skipper Edwin Rodriguez. Looks like this. They'll step in against a real strikeout artist, the hard-throwing right-hander Johnny Cueto. Here's a look now at the defensive alignment they'll have to contend with. Getting ready, there you see Chris Coughlin as he'll start things out here in the home first. And this is drifting foul back into the stands. Here it comes. Hard hit towards center. And it was sinking on him a bit, but he's able to run it down anyway for the first out.
And he should be good and rested out there. He was able to fly in the day before the rest of the guys did, so he's had a couple of days to get his body to adjust.
Leadoff man retired for Omar Infante. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
And you can tell they're thinking, do not let him extend his arms. Keep pitching him tight.
And Wally Hughes has really tightened up that strike zone now. It's 3-0.
Showing real good patience there at the plate.
Now the 3-0 offering. And that misses as well. Ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk here.
Well, you can see he's pretty upset out there on the mound. I think this probably stems from the pitch previous to ball 4. He thought that one was a strike.
Vladimir Guerrero will stand in as one of the stars from yesterday's ball game as he had 3 hits in the victory. Ball 1.
And here's a guy that can get those 2 first-inning runs back with 1 swing.
And this is fouled straight back. And there's a fastball that's hammered the other way to deep right field. Back is Hunter, but this is over the wall, a home run. A 2-run homer for Vladimir Guerrero. Number 17 for him on the season as the Marlins have rallied back to tie it at 2 apiece.
Well, they don't waste any time in tying this game. Not a real good pitch there, and he's able to club this thing over the wall, so we're back to even here in the first inning.
Michael Stanton will get his first opportunity now. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. And he'll look at a fastball just off the black, and it's even at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone, 1-2.
And why help him out when he can't hit the broadside of a barn?
One out, nobody on. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Yeah, and when you miss wild like that, it certainly does not help you set up your next pitch.
And this is fouled back and out of play. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this league. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. And he's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but it's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Hanley Ramirez will stand in now, 0 for 4 in that day game yesterday. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
And when you're spotting fastballs there, you are tough to hit.
And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike 2. And Ramirez able to hold off on that one, but he still trails in the count. It's 1-2. And a fastball swung on and missed, and his side is retired. The 2 in the inning for the Marlins thanks to the 2-run home run. We'll head to the top of the second, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Alberto Callaspo will step in, working on a nice 5-game hitting streak. And a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. 2-0.
Here we go again. He's fallen behind already here to start the second. I guess he didn't learn his lesson.
And this is hit hard on the ground towards short. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Well, this one got up on him in a hurry, but he's able to stay with it for the out.
One gone now for Meiser Izturis. The pitch. Now the fastball here is swung on and grounded foul. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes.
And he did not have his best stuff in that first inning. That's a little more like it there.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. And he changed up on him here, but this is a foul ball. Swing and a ball pulled into right. And he can't come up with it cleanly here in right. He's around first on his way to second now. Torres is thinking 3. Oh, and it's over his head. And he is in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And with the way this place is laid out, this is a ballpark that's built for triples, and he's able to cruise in there with 3 bases.
Bobby Wilson steps in now. Here's the first offering. Now a ball lined towards center field. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
Really, there shouldn't be any mistakes like this with a base open and the pitcher on deck. This is much too good a pitch to hit, and he takes advantage of it and drives home the run.
Johnny Cueto will take a long look down here as he may be bunting to avoid the double play. First pitch on the way. Tries to get the bunt down here, but this is foul, and we'll see if he tries it again. Runners on first with 1 down. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1.
A wise decision to pull it back. You've got to make sure you bunt at strikes. You're playing right into their hands if you don't.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
Cueto squares around to bunt, and he puts it down. Only play for Baker is at first, so the sacrifice is a good one.
Good execution there as the sacrifice works that time. Now let's see if they can make it pay off.
Man at second here with 2 away, and that'll bring in the shortstop, Eric Ibar. First pitch coming. And that's cut on and missed, 0-1. Two out here and a runner at second. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. Angels get just the 1. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Angels are out in front, 3-2. Logan Morrison will stride in now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's ball game. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. And the fastball hitting 93 on the gun. It's 1-1. And he misses. 2-1.
Yeah, and he'll look for something a little higher here.
Fouled back. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
And too many 3-ball counts early in the ball game will just drive that pitch count up.
Now a ball hit hard toward first. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. And now this will head for the 345 sign as it's off the wall. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
Well, he finds a pitch there that catches a little more of the plate than I think it was supposed to, and he kicks off the home half of the second with a 2-bagger.
John Baker will step in now. And now this is swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Abreu arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Ronnie Belliard will get his first cuts here. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
And he'll sling that thing across the strike zone, but he can't nip the corner.
One out and a runner on second base. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. And he takes a cold strike, too.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
And Belliard able to lay off there, so he works it back to even at 2-2. a swing and a ball lifted in the air into fairly deep center field. Berkman is back, though, and he's there to put it away, 2 down. The relay throw, but too late, and he's safe at third. Anibal Sanchez will stand in. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Throw on to Morales gets him, and with that, the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll go now to the top of the third. It's the Angels 3 and the Marlins 2. Corey Hunter is ready to go here as we begin the third. And a slider that time as it's hit on the ground, but foul. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. In for strike 2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Well, as you know, after giving up runs in both the first and second innings, he could really use a good 1-2-3 here in the third. That's a good first step.
So 1 gone now, and here comes Kendry Morales, the first baseman. And here's the first pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1. Inside, he misses, ball 4.
And this was definitely not the pitch he wanted to make on 3-2. It was a good battle to this point, but Showtrack shows us that this pitch was nowhere close, so he winds up losing him.
Lance Berkman will try things again. He hit that 2-run homer his first time. And the slider is low and inside as he just about got him there.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to bury that slider on the hands, but he started this one much too far inside.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
And this is not a guy that'll get himself out. You're going to have to come to him at some point.
Third inning, already a 3-2 ball game. And my goodness, that nearly got him as he had to back away from it. It's ball 3.
Boy, and hitters really hate seeing that thing run up and in like that.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Now there are 2 ways you can go here as a pitching coach, so he's got to make a judgment call out there. He knows what buttons to press with each of his pitchers. Some guys you've got to reassure and be very positive with. Other guys, they respond better when you go out and challenge them. Really got to read them the riot act.
So first and second with 1 man gone, and here comes Abreu. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
Well, the plot thickens now. I don't think this is what he wanted to do, and now that's going to load the bases, so he's made an already tough spot even tougher.
Alberto Callaspo will dig in here with a chance early on to give his pitcher a little cushion to work with. Ball 1.
And the good news is they have the bases loaded, but the bad news is this guy is a definite double play candidate.
Goes the other way as this is line to left. And Vlad won't catch up. It's a base hit. Now this gets all the way to the wall. 2 runs are in.
Well, you'll see how late he is on this fastball. I mean, he nearly takes this out of the catcher's glove, but somehow he's able to steer it fair down the line, and he cruises in with a double.
Meiser Isturiz will be the batter. Now a ball lined to the right side. And the Angels just won't let up as this is going to be good for extra bases. A run is in. Here comes Marlins manager Edwin Rodriguez now on his way to the mound. And it appears that'll be all for Anibal Sanchez. So he'll depart here tonight, and these fans will not be terribly appreciative, I don't imagine, as he was pretty much dreadful in this one. Brett Sinkbile is going to come on to pitch here, and seeing as though it's just the third inning, he may be asked to work for a while. Bobby Wilson digs in at the plate. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike.
And these guys are going to be sorry to see that starter go. They had his number all night long.
Now a ball hit hard towards center. That's in there. Base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And they'll add another to the total. It's 8-2 now.
And this looked to be a promising beginning for him on the mound as he was able to get ahead of the first batter he faced, but then a little slip up there as this pitch gets driven for a base hit and an RBI.
Johnny Cueto will dig in here. And this could wind up being a bullpen kind of game as we've got action down there right now when we're only in the third inning. And they will have him bunting with 1 away as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
Good execution there as the sacrifice works that time. Now let's see if they can make it pay off.
Eric Ibar will dig in. 0 for 2 thus far. Take a first pitch strike here, maybe buy his pitcher a moment or two. It's 0-1.
And that's a simple little courtesy there at the plate. It goes a long way showing your pitcher that I've got your back.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And the way this pitching staff has worked so far, he's been more like a goalie than a catcher behind the plate.
Good change of speeds, but he lays off 2-1. And this is hit high in the air and crossing into foul ground behind third. Belliard is there and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. 9 men come to the plate, however, 5 of them score. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Halos lead this one 8-2. Chris Coughlin will step in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Cold strike at the letters, 0-1.
And now with this big early deficit, you got to take it 1 inning at a time. You just got to try to claw your way back.
Now here's the pitch. And this ball will be chopped foul. And this is swung on and bounced up the center of the diamond. And that is by him on into center field, so good hitting on 0-2 nets him a leadoff single.
Well, it has certainly been one-way traffic around these base paths here in the first few innings. So now these guys might be saying, hey, it's our turn to get some runs on the board now.
Omar Infante will stride in. He walked and came around to score his first time. Here's the first pitch to him. Grounded fouled off to the right side. And the 0-1 is lifted in the air out to right. And Hunter will put this one away without much effort for the first out of the inning. Vladimir Guerrero will try things again. He hit that two-run homer his first time. Now here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead 0-1. And he misses with it 1-1.
And if you miss, you want to miss inside. Don't make a mistake belt high out over the plate.
Runner at first here, one man out. And there's ball 2 now.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now, 2-2.
And you wonder if maybe he was taken there because he thought his runner was going to be moving from first.
Now a swing and a miss, and Vlad's down on strikes for the second out.
And this is how you ride the elevator from the penthouse to, well, let's call it the basement. A home run his first time up, but then not so fortunate this time.
Michael Stanton will step in now. Fouled back. 2 out with the man at first. And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Marlins lead 1, still 8-2. Corey Hunter will stand in. He's 1 for 2 so far. This is taken outside for ball 1. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
When you're down by 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
And this pitch will be taken for a ball, apparently. Wow, 3-0.
Now that's getting bailed out at the plate.
That one's in there, 3-1. Called strike, and that'll run it full.
And sometimes you just got to wait this guy out up there. He hasn't felt right about any of those first 5 pitches, but number 6 could be different.
Full count pitch on its way. Fastball, and he popped it up. Back into short right field. Stanton is underneath this one. 1 down.
Well, this is how you earn your stripes as a young reliever. You come in a low-pressure situation, and if you show you can handle that, your skipper starts getting more comfortable moving you into bigger and better roles.
Kendry Morales will dig in. He walked and later scored last time. Lays off 1-0. Change up low, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
And these are the outings in your rookie year that go a long ways towards building some character out there.
And a good spot for that pitch is it's chopped foul. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Swing and a shot toward right center. And some trouble now in right field. And now this will rattle up against the fence. The relay, not in time, and he's in there with a double.
State Farm will give us another look at that swing again in show motion. Check out the hands getting into good position. The hips, they start to rotate, and then whack! That's great extension right through the ball. That's perfect right there.
So a runner on second with one down now, and we'll see how they approach this at-bat from Lance Berkman. Fouled straight back. Ball one. Hit hard to the right side, but foul. And this is fouled straight back. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Well, he's a smart enough hitter to know that even on a 1-2 count, he might not see a strike here. But he was just a little too aggressive that time, winds up costing him.
Clay Hensley is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Bobby Abreu will step in, 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes.
And on the mound, your job is a simple one here. Get this one guy and get out of the inning with a runner stranded.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0.
With 2 outs and a base open, I don't think he's going to see anything here the rest of the at-bat.
And that's in there, 2-1.
20-21, 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Abreu so good at working that count. He's got it to 3-1 now.
And now you wonder if he'll get the same pitch 3-1 that he did on 2-0.
Eight runs, 8 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
And we'll take another look at this 3-1 pitch. Is this anywhere close? Show track tells us not really. That's a good take and a good at-bat overall.
Alberto Callaspo will step in. He doubled home a couple his last time. Here's the first offering. In there, 0-1.
And after the 2-out walk, now is where you really need to make these guys pay.
And, oh, you talk about getting a pitcher's call. There's one there, and it's 0-2.
And I think he turned to the home plate umpire and said, "Really?"
And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. Another 0-2 coming. And he reaches for one but can't find it as he's down on strikes for the final out. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Angels are out in front, 8-2. Time to check out some scores from games going on around the interleague schedule, brought to us by the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Hanley Ramirez will dig in, 0 for 1 in the ballgame. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
Yeah, with all the runs we've seen so far, it is hard to believe it's still only the bottom of the 4th.
Here's the 1-0 now to Ramirez. Fouled straight back. Good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. Good pitch there on 1-2 as this is pulled down to third. Throw on to first from Masturis is there, and quickly there's one gone.
Yeah, a high chopper there, and he doesn't have a whole lot of time to dilly-dally because he knows there's speed heading down the line. So he hustles the throw across the diamond and gets him by a step.
Logan Morrison will stand in here. He doubled his first time around. And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line. And this had the distance, but it's foul. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
And if you're wondering, that's 52 pitches now through 3 1/3.
Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Ball taken the other way with some authority as this is heading toward that foul pole in left. And that is over the wall. Home run. It's a solo home run for Logan Morrison. Home run number 15 for him thus far. As they cut the gap a bit, it's now an 8-3 ball game.
Yeah, and he may have gone to the well one too many times there, and it's going to wind up costing him. Once you give a hitter an idea for the speed and delivery of that thing, he'll learn how to handle it, and I think he handled it about as well as he could there.
John Baker will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. First pitch coming. Line fouled off to the left and a few rows back. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. One out, nobody on. And they'll turn to the slider here, and it just misses. 2-1 now. And he reaches out and lines this the other way to left, and that's a base hit.
And this is what he has to do more of. If that pitch is away, take it to the other field. He's been pulling a lot of balls this year, and his average has suffered because of it.
Ronnie Belliard will try it again. He flew out his first time. First pitch to him. And this ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Now a ball lifted in the air to shallow center field. Berkman comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2.
Well, he gets you out there, but he's not missing many bats right now. And guys are really putting together some good swings against him so far.
Jose Guillen will look for some two-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. This is is on the outside corner for strike one.
And no threat to run over there at first, so with 2 away, you can focus all your energy squarely on this guy.
Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. A runner on first with 2 away. And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. Marlins get a run on the Logan Morrison round tripper. We're through 4. It's the Angels 8 and the Marlins 3. Edward Mujica is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Meiser Asturias will step in with a double and a triple to his credit thus far. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And a ball outside apparently. 1-1. On the way. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2.
Went away with a slider on the last pitch and then went right back to it in a different location here.
Stays alive here as this is fouled off to the right. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, when your team's down by 5, this is just what you need to do. Be aggressive, go right at the hitters, and try to keep your club in the game. Good job on all counts so far.
Bobby Wilson will step in, an RBI single this last time around. Now a swing and a fly ball, not hit all that well out towards Stanton and right. And that's out number 2. Johnny Cueto will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's started the evening 0 for 2 so far. Now here's the pitch. And that's in there for strike 1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Sticks with the fastball here as he forges ahead 0-2. pitch on the way. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And a swing and a miss as all he could do was reach out in vain for that one, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Angels 8 and the Marlins 3. Chris Coughlin will step in, a base hit in his last time. First offering on the way. Now a ball sprayed fouled into the seats near third. Comes back with a fastball again as he's in control, 0-2.
Yeah, with all the runs, it feels like we've been here forever, but it's only the bottom of the fifth.
Fouled back. Now a swing and another ball that I believe will find its way into the seats. Still 0-2. And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away. And he misses there, 1-2.
After so many foul balls, that's not a bad idea on the mound. If he's swinging at everything, do not put one in the zone for him.
On a swing, and he popped him up. Off to the left in foul territory. And he'll lunge forward to make the catch for the first out.
Well, this was a good fastball, and you can see the path on swing track. It really came into his kitchen there and kept him from getting his arms extended.
Omar Infante will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And this is fouled back and out of play. Now he runs up and gets this one down. And the throw to first will be in time, so they stamp out the bunt attempt. And you can see the exasperation there. He thought he beat the throw, and now he's going to get up in the umpire's face, and I wouldn't do that tonight as he has just been ejected from the ball game. So the first two are set down in the inning, and it'll be up to Vlad to keep it going. No swing, apparently. Ball one.
Sign of a smart hitter right there.
Oh, and Vlad puts some torque into this one as this ball is driven high in the air to deep left field. Back toward the track is Abreu, but this one is gone. A home run. So a solo shot here for Vlad Guerrero. His second of the game, as it is now an 8-4 ball game. Michael Stanton will dig in, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts thus far. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. Line hard to center field. Dives and he makes the catch. How about that for an exclamation point to the end of the inning? Marlins able to draw just a bit closer thanks to the solo home run. We're through 5 innings here tonight. It's the Angels 8 and the Marlins 4. Osvaldo Martinez will come on defensively now as he takes over at second. Eric Ibar will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far. And that misses inside 1-0. Here's a ground ball to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Well, for as hot as their bats were in the opening part of the game, they have been all but neutralized here in the middle innings. Good job to get the leadoff man here in the 6th.
Corey Hunter will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Just overmatched him there.
Right field. Under it now is Stanton to make the catch, and there are 2 away now.
Here's a guy that kind of got called on early, but since coming on in the 5th, he's retired 5 in a row out of the bullpen.
So 2 are out in the inning now for Kendry Morales. Here's the first offering. And, not quite sure what was wrong with that one, but it's 1-0.
It looked to me like it could have gone either way, and that certainly gives the hitter a leg up in the rest of this at bat.
Here's a fastball that's nowhere near the zone. It's 2-0 now. Ball 3-0.
And you don't want this inning to go any further than this, so I think he'll probably get something to hit here.
A strike, and it's 3-1. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
Well, that may have been the last pitch in the at-bat that he could do something with. He's not going to get anything better than that.
Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. The 5, 6, and 7 slots due up in the bottom of inning number 6. Angels are out in front, 8-4. Hanley Ramirez will stand in to lead things off as the Marlins look to get things started here in their half of the 6th. Now the first pitch. And the first pitch of the inning is lined into left field, and there's a leadoff base runner.
Pretty important runner out there if you're going to harbor ideas of a comeback. They need to string a few more of these together.
Logan Morrison will dig in. A home run his last time. We see a right-hander up and throwing in the Angel bullpen. And there he goes towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's not going to be in time as Ramirez has himself a stolen base.
And let's take a look at this stolen base from our camera down the third base well. You'll see he's not looking back. This is a straight steal, and he's into second with nobody out.
Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1.
And this is a count where he's had problems on the mound. He's got to get it over, but he can't make it too good.
And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
And good pitchers know how to execute when they have to. With a runner in scoring position and nobody out, he throws a perfect two-strike pitch there to freeze him at the plate.
John Baker will dig in, 1 for 2 thus far. And this is on the ground toward the hole. Throw, got him, and that's a gorgeous play.
This is hard when your momentum is taking you one way and you got to throw another, but he was right on the money.
Ronnie Belliard will step in. He's 0 for 2 to this point. First pitch on the way. And a called strike on the corner. He didn't like that call. I don't blame him.
Pretty generous call there.
Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You've got options here, so you don't need to go after this guy if you don't want to.
Now the 1-1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
And with a pitcher spot on deck, they may work around this guy and try to force the other team's hand.
That looked awfully good from up here. 3-1 though.
Boy, and if you're on the mound, you're thinking, I gotta have that one.
The 3-1 is on the way. And a great location that time on the corner. 3-2 now.
And now, even on 3-2, there's no guarantee he's going to get another fastball here.
Now a swing and a ground ball back up the middle. And that is through into center field. A base hit. A run is in.
I know Mike Scioscia's not going to like what he's seeing in this inning so far, so you have to wonder if it's time for him to go and make a move.
John Buck will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. Biting slider there, hit on the ground down to third. He'll flip it over to Kiospo for the force, and the inning is over. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. 7th inning coming up. Angels lead it 8-5. Brian Sanchez is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7. Lance Berkman will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. In there, no balls and a strike. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. And Vlad won't get there. This is a foul ball. And Berkman not offering it this one, wisely so. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And worth pointing out that they're burning through their bullpen here in Game 1 of this series. That could affect them the rest of the week.
And that misses 2-2. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
From 0-2 to 3-2, he is really making him work out there.
Fouled straight back. Swing and a ball hit hard on the ground towards second. And that's through into right, so a leadoff single here to start the 7th.
So the Angels are able to get that leadoff man on yet again, and that's really been an important reason they're winning this ball game so far.
Bobby Abreu will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Too high, 1-0. Abreu awaiting the 1-0. 2-0. A runner at first with no outs here. Now a ball line fouled to deep right and out of play. Two-one pitch is a splitter swung on and missed. 2-2.
And he'll give you some things to think about up there.
Two-two pitch on the way. And a good fastball here as he pops him up back behind second base. Martinez backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
You see here on show track, that pitch up and in just ties him in knots. If you leave that out over the plate, you'll be in trouble, but if you can locate there, things will be just fine.
Alberto Callaspo will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And that misses for ball one.
And they won't be afraid to work up in the zone against a guy like this. They want him to hit it in the air.
Kayaspo waiting. Here's the 1-0. And I was about to call this a strike, but apparently not. It's 2-0.
We've seen that same pitch be called a strike more than once.
Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
Oh, he is definitely getting a good workout behind the plate.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now.
And if he could have made that pitch on 0-0 instead of 3-0, this would be a different story.
Runners off for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. Don Baker's throw is on the money. He's out at second base. Fouled back. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Now a fastball, and it's hit on the ground to short. There to take it is Ramirez. And the throw will not be in time, as I don't think he was going to get him anyway, but a fine effort nonetheless.
And this is just a situation where pure hustle helps keep the inning alive. Hey, anytime you can get on base and string things out for another batter, you never know what might happen.
Meiser Asturias will dig in. Strikeout victim his last time. First pitch. Right there for strike one. Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Now a ball swung on and taken the opposite way out toward fairly deep left center. But he'll get there as he flags it down just shy of the wall, and with that, the side is retired. Angels leave one. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Mike Scioscia heading out to home plate now, as it looks as though he'll be making the double switch here. Michael Kahn will get the ball now, as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th. Chris Coughlin will step in now to lead off the home half of the 7th. And he swings right over the top of this one, 0-1.
And he'll have right-handers due up second and third, so he'll be in good shape matchup-wise if he can get past this leadoff guy.
Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
And he just comes in and promptly throws 2 fastballs right by him.
And the fastball here is hit on the ground, but foul. Ready with another 0-2. Good waist pitch, 1-2.
Oh, and how disciplined do you have to be to lay off that pitch on 0-2?
Late swing and a ball line foul into the seats past the third base dugout. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
And here you go in show motion. We'll give you a side angle shot to see how high this pitch is. Looks like it passes the plate right about shin high. Maybe a little questionable, but pretty close.
Osvaldo Martinez will stand in for the first time here. Some stirring now in that Angel bullpen, as it'll be both a lefty and a righty that start to get loose. First pitch coming. Grounded fouled off to the right side. Slider, and that's in there for strike 2.
Hard to believe he'd let that one go. I mean, that was right on a platter for him.
And now a pitch on the way. And he pops him up here on 0-2 as this is drifting toward the right side of the infield. And Kendrick squeezes it for out number 2.
And this is a function of falling behind in the count early and swinging at bad pitches. On 0-2, he can't take the chance that this won't be called strike 3, so he chases out of the zone after it and winds up popping it up.
Vladimir Guerrero will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ballgame as we flash you back here to his second home run. This was back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. Here's the first pitch. Low for ball 1. Continuing to work the lower half of the strike zone here as that's in for strike 1.
And if he can get this guy, he'll qualify for a hold if this indeed winds up being his last batter.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Outside, 2-1. 2 now.
Playing 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
And even 3-2, I don't know if you want to challenge him here. Better to put him on than to give up a solo home run.
Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Florida down in order, still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Yon Marinez will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8. Bobby Wilson will get us going now in the top half of the 8th. And that misses, ball 1. One-0 pitch now. Ball 2 now.
And the adrenaline might be flowing a little too strongly right now.
Is a fastball, not close. He's behind 3-0 now.
And it goes without saying, but this has to be in the strike zone. You don't want him on base to start off the inning.
Taking all the way that time. It's 3-1.
Doing the smart thing, taking all the way.
Now the fastball here is swung on and grounded foul. Swing and a ball popped high in the air and heading for foul territory behind first. There to take it in is Morrison, and that's out number 1. Sometimes we use the phrase runs coming at a premium, but it's fair to say that none of us will be saying that tonight as we check out our line score. Neither pitching staff has really even showed up. Howie Kendrick will get his first shot at it here. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a swing and a high fly ball, and this one has some carry on it to deep right field. And big trouble as this gets to the wall now. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
Well, as you can see, that's their 4th double of the game as they continue to hit the stuffing out of the ball here.
Eric Ibar will take his cuts now. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And on the mound, you got to keep this game within striking distance at 3, so that's an important run out there at second base.
And this will be fouled off to the left near Dino Ebel, the third base coach. Runner at second here with one man out. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul. Now he reaches out and tries to dump this one out to left. And that's in there, base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
Probably one too many fastballs that time, as after fighting off the last couple, he finds one he likes and drives it for a base hit.
Corey Hunter will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
And that's a pitch he'll turn to when he's in trouble.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And now with 2 strikes, he won't worry about trying to get a ground ball. He will definitely be gunning for the strikeout.
On a big swing there at a fastball, and he really got into it high and deep to left center field. And this is into the gap for Hunter, and that'll likely be extra bases. Now both runners are across.
And that could be the backbreaker right there. That'll push this lead up to 5 now, and that is going to be a tough hill to climb this late in the ballgame.
Henry Morales will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far. And the first pitch is taken for strike 1. Are you guys surprised to see this in the strike zone?
I am. Personally, I'd walk him, but it appears they're not going to go that route.
Oh, and he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
And so far, they're doing a good job of not letting him get his arms extended out over the plate.
From the belt, the pitch. And this is hit sharply toward the third base coaching box, a foul ball. And that one misses, a ball and 2 strikes to Morales.
Good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
inside for a ball, so he misses with 2 straight here, and it's back to 2-2. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Here's the full count offering. And that misses, ball 4. So it's 1st and 2nd now with only 1 away.
And boy, those last few pitches there were nowhere close to the strike zone. When you've got 2 strikes on a guy, you've got a little more margin for error, but not that much.
Lance Berkman will be the batter. 2 for 3 with a home run thus far. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes.
And these guys better hope his location clears itself up pretty soon.
And he misses again, 2-0.
And, just watching him grimace as he gets the ball back, you can tell this lack of command starting to bug him out there.
And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. And the fastball here is hit on the ground, but foul. Weakly to the right side, so he stays alive. And this is swung on and missed as Berkman is set down for out number 2.
Well, half of his night at the plate's been good. He's got 2 hits, but he's also had 2 strikeouts.
Bobby Abreu will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. And a strike at the knees. More like at the shins, but it's 0-1.
And this looks to be the case where he might be opening up the strike zone a little more here in the late innings.
Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. This ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Here's a big swing and a miss on the fastball. 2-2.
Well, now he's got a good chance to minimize the damage if he can get this guy.
That will miss. 3-2. And now manager Dave Campbell, where do you go from here?
Well, I think you now start looking at something off speed. I don't think they'll want to be challenging him with the hard stuff.
Maybe a slight flinch there from Wally Hughes on 3-2. Close, but it's called ball 4.
Ah, what an at-bat there. He took him as far as he could go, and now the bases are loaded here, and we'll start this process all over again.
Randy Choate will get the call here in a big spot as he inherits a bases-loaded jam with 2 men out. Vernon Wells will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 10, Vernon Wells.
'And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0.
And you'd think for all the offense these guys have put together, he'd be an integral part of it. Not tonight, though.
Swinging a soft liner down the line in right. Foul. One pitch on the way. And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. And he reaches for one but can't find it as he's down on strikes for the final out. So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Angels 10 and the Marlins 5. Trevor Miller is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th. Michael Stanton steps in now. Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. And Ibar can't get to it. It's a base hit.
Well, you'll see, this fastball catches far too much of the plate. You're just feeding a batter's strength when you leave it there.
Hanley Ramirez will dig in. He singled and later scored his last time. And this is on the ground to short. Could be 2. And past the diving infielder. That's a base hit. Throw comes back in quickly, so they're at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, and that's 2 straight hits now. And before this gets any worse, we may be seeing a trip to the mound here pretty soon.
Logan Morrison will dig in. He homered back in the 4th. First pitch coming. And he starts him out with, well, it looked like a strike, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0.
And now another base hit here could make this real interesting if that comes to pass.
And And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And he missed with the slurve, so it goes to 2-1.
One sure way to get these guys back in the ball game is to keep putting them in good hitters' counts.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3.
And there's a reason he's hitting over 300 this year. He's not going to get himself out by chasing pitches like that.
With it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
And I think he's trying to be a little too fine here. Maybe just a little too careful, which is understandable. But now you've made an already tough situation even worse by walking a guy.
John Baker will have a shot to do some damage, but he can't get them all back, so he needs to just get on base here. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
Yeah, he needed that one. Something to give him a little bit of confidence.
Pause, now the pitch. 1-1.
And still nobody out here, so you need to straighten out your location problems in a hurry.
This looked to be on the outside corner, but it's called a ball anyway. 2-1.
And this hole he's digging on the mound, it's all his doing. He's got to be able to find the strike zone.
Ready with the 2-1. 3-1 now.
He's got to bear down now. He can't be giving away runs.
Tight spot, bases loaded, nobody out. Fastball in there, 3-2.
And he's come back with 2 in a row, but I wouldn't be all that convinced he can throw a third.
This is hit sharply on the ground toward the hole. And that's past the diving infielder for a base hit. And not in time as the second run scores.
Well, he's a little behind on this one, but he's smart and doesn't try to do too much with it. He just sends it to left field for the base hit.
New pitcher set to go now as it's a former Rule 5 guy. Right-hander Jared Burton gets the call. Ronnie Belliard will be the batter. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Not too long ago, this outcome looked like a foregone conclusion, but not anymore.
Now ball pushed foul off to the right side. Step on the bag for one.
Yeah, once he decides to take this thing to first, you can pretty much forget the double play. But many times it's better to be safe than sorry.
And it looks like a pinch hitter is going to be in order here as the powerful Wes Helms gets the nod. Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Now, it can't be understated how important those two runners are out at second and third. This is a big at-bat.
And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Hard hit to third. Throw on to Morales at first, and there are two gone now.
Maybe not exactly what he wanted, but the ground ball will get him an RBI.
So two are gone here in the Florida eighth, and it's right back to the top of the order now for Chris Coughlin. The cutter runs outside, ball one.
You remember that this was a 6-run lead earlier in the ballgame, but these guys have just chipped away and chipped away.
The 1-0 pitch. And this one's too far inside, ball two. Ball swung on and taken the opposite way out toward fairly deep left center. Berkman is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. 9th inning coming up. It's the Angels 10 and the Marlins 8. Leo Nunez will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Meiser Esturiz will try again. 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Swing and a ball chopped foul down the left side. And this is fouled straight back. And this one's hit on the ground, but foul. Another 0-2 coming. And he looks at a ball, 1-2. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. And this ball's pulled on the ground down the line to first. Dive, but it's just past his outstretched glove for a base hit.
Leadoff man on base here to kick off the ninth. It's still a two-run ball game, so any insurance they can get here would be huge going towards the bottom of the ninth.
Bobby Wilson will dig in now. 2 hits in 4 at-bats thus far tonight. Fastball in there for a called strike. From the stretch. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
Wow, and you can bet he was saving that pitch. Good job to lay off.
He waits, now the pitch to right field. And he will reach down to put this one away. Good job of hanging with it there for the first out. Looking ahead at the bottom of inning number 9, you see they'll have the 2, 3, 4 batters due up in what, for the moment at least, is a 2-run ball game. Howie Kendrick will stand in. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
And these guys have been very patient with that slider away. They have not chased very often.
Pitch out, nothing doing.
Boy, and now the wheels are really starting to turn here.
Now the 2-0 pitch to Kendrick. Called a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Got him to go after a bad one there, and it evens the count at 2-2. Swing and a broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. But a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
And here's a look at that fastball from the camera behind home plate. From this angle, you wonder how anyone could get a bat on that pitch. I mean, that's coming right at you like it's shot out of a cannon.
Eric Ibar will dig in now. Switch hitter batting left. Runner goes for second. Pitch inside, the throw. Too late, and credit Asturis with a stolen base.
And we'll look at this again. He was able to get rid of the ball in no time behind the plate, but it wasn't enough to overtake such a great jump as the throw's too late to get him at second.
Here's a swing, and he saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. Chopper, foul.
That's a foul ball.
Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Line fouled off to the left and a few rows back. Swing and a shot back up the middle. Oh, and he botches it. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Corey Hunter will step in. He doubled home a couple this last time. And he goes the other way with a fastball as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. This will kick up against the wall now. Around third and being waved on home. The relay, and he's in there with a 2-run triple.
Not much you can say about this one. He just flat out whiffs it, and that's going to go as an error.
Kendry Morales will step in now. Now a changeup here to start things out, but that'll dip a bit too low, and it's 1-0.
He knows he should be out of the inning already, but, you know, he's got to pick up his defender behind him and get out of this.
And that one misses upstairs, 2-0.
And now as the closer, you got to get your focus back and get this next guy out.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss at a ball tailing out of the zone, 2-2. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. And he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, and a runner left. 2, 3, and 4 set to kick off the bottom of the 9th. The Angels are out in front, 12-8. Osvaldo Martinez will dig in. He popped out his first time. And he lays off there, 1-0. In for a strike, it's 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point, so good idea there just to wait for strike 1.
Wisely lays off the cut fastball there. It's 2-1.
Well, here's where that old phrase, a walk is as good as a hit, really applies. Just get on somehow.
Hit on the ground to shortstop. Ibar throws to first to take care of him for the first out.
2 outs away now from getting a good win on the road here to start out this series.
Vladimir Guerrero will stand in. 2 for 4, but both of his hits are home runs. Swinging on the first pitch as this is popped high in the air over toward the right side of the infield. Kendrick is there to put it away, and true to form, Vlad up there hacking, and he's gone on 1 pitch. Michael Stanton will stand in as their last chance now. Cut fastball taken for strike one.
And he'll have had to work 2 full innings if he indeed records a save here, but I'm sure he doesn't mind that much at all.
Now the pitch. Oh, and a swing and a miss on that one, and the Marlins find themselves down to their final strike now.
And you don't get to have an ERA in the 2s without getting a lot of guys to swing and miss at that pitch.
Low and away with that one. It's 1-2. Here's one that barely misses off the inside corner, 2-2.
And he knew on that 0-2 count he didn't have to throw him a strike, at least not right away. But on 2-2 now, I think he's going to have to come in with one.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Pretty nice accomplishment for him right there. His first major league save, and I'm sure his club's hoping this will be the first of many to come.
An entertaining ball game by and by, so let's go ahead, Dave, and make this fellow right here a deserving recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award.
Yeah, Matt, a 3-hit ball game for him, and a couple of those were key hits as he swung the bat very well in this one.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Matt Vasgersian, Dave Campbell, Eric Karros. This has been a presentation of MLB 11 The Show. For more, find us online at theshownation.com. The Angels are winners here, 12-8. A post-game highlight package is next, so until next time, good night from South Florida.